All right, that was Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. Gotten some requests for this tune, so we're going to do this lesson. Pretty easy. You got the main riff, which is pretty fun to play, and then you got got a series of chords, nothing hard, mostly open chords. There is one bar chord in there, that's the F sharp minor. And then you got one little tricky, weird timing thing in the verse. And other than that, it's really pretty simple tune. So let's get right into the intro that starts with this riff, okay? So it starts with the drums, and then you'll hear the guitar come in and go. And then it comes in with the full riff. Okay, so all that is, it's a little riff out of E. And the song really is an A, and then there's a key shift in the bridge. But it's basically A, but it starts on this E, which is the 5 of A. So we got 2 hits on the open E, and then you're gonna slide up to the 4th fret on the E string, then 2nd fret A string, and then 5th fret A string. You hold that, do it again, and then the full riff comes in, okay? The full riff is almost that same thing, a few more notes. Then 4 on the D string, 2 on the D string, back to the 5th fret of the A string. One time real slow. Okay, that's the riff. Real fun to play, not terribly hard. Okay, so you play that 4 times, and then we go into the verse. And the verse is going to start on an A major chord. Right here. So I'm playing it like this so I can get the open E string, but if you bar it normally, that's fine too. And it's just it's basically 2 strums for each bar. So it's 1, 2, and then we go to F sharp minor. And it's the same rhythm, the same strumming pattern throughout pretty much the whole tune, except on this D major chord I'll show you in a second. So we got A, F sharp minor, back to A, back to F sharp minor. Then we go to the D, and the rhythm here is a little tricky. So it's, so we got down, down, then down, up, and then down, up again. So it's, 2 down strokes at the end of that second series of this like 16th note, 8th note pattern. So we have, and then it goes to an E major chord for 4 bars. Like that. Okay, so let me do the whole verse in context. So it's A, F sharp minor, A, F sharp minor, then the D. E. Then we're back to the riff. So the reason that D, on that D chord, it feels so weird is because it's like a bar of, it's a regular bar of 4, and then there's this bar of 2 before we go to the E. That's what the second thing is. So it's, and then we're back to the E. It's kind of tricky. If you're singing this, while you're playing, you might just play quarter notes on the D. Like that, you know. Not really try to do that fancy rhythm that the acoustic guitar is doing in the record. So that's the verse. And then you go back to the riff. You play that 4 times, do another verse. And then we have the riff again before we go to the bridge. This time, you don't do the riff 4 times, you do it 3 times, and then we're going to go to an E7 chord right before we go into the bridge. So it sounds like this. So 4 downstrokes, just quarter notes on an E7 chord. It's like an E major, take your 3rd finger off. It's a dominant 7 chord. Then we're entering into the bridge, which starts on a D minor chord. 1st fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open D string. Then G. Then C. Then E minor, or A minor, sorry. Then D minor again, then G, then C for 2 bars. So that's the first part of the bridge. So one more time, D minor, G, C, A minor, D minor, G, C. Then it does that pretty much all again, except for at the end, we don't stay on the C for 2 bars. So the second part of the bridge, G, C, then to A. That's our key shift back to A. And then we're going to go from there. Let me take it from there. C, A, and then F sharp minor, then D minor, sorry, D minor to E. Then you do that again. A, F sharp minor, D minor, then back to a verse, okay? So it's all right there in the tab, just reference the tab. You got the chord names above if you need to see those for the bridge. I'm going to play through it one more time though. Okay, here's the whole bridge going from the D minor. Back to the 3rd verse. Okay, so that's the whole bridge. And then from there, you have the 3rd verse, and then you have this long kind of vamp coming out of the 3rd verse where you're just hanging on the E chord. It's 11 bars of that. And then you have a little drum break, and it's kind of like the intro again, where the guitar comes in and goes. And then the full riff comes in at the end. You play the full riff. And you end on an A. Pretty woman. That's A. Just 2 hits on A. That's it. Pretty easy tune. Fun to play. Got the riff in there, the chords. Now, I'm playing on the recording, the only electric guitar. The main part of the chords, the verses and stuff, is kind of acoustic. The riff is electric. But I watched a live version, and that's how they kind of play it with that feel. Now, if you're playing it acoustic, you could come up with a strumming pattern. You don't have to play that. You get a down, down, you know, down, up, kind of thing. Just as long as it has that feel. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Sorry, down, up, down, up. You could do that strumming pattern throughout. Down, up, down, up. Except on that D part, you kind of have to do it, either simplify it to just quarter notes or do the actual strum pattern. So there you have it. That's Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison.